All right, here it is. Next podcast of 2014.
That's right.
Round town. It's a round town time.
So I guess first let's talk about the Oscar nominations.
Okay.
Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress. What do you guys think?
I think for the Best Picture, I think the strongest contender right now is going to be 12 Years a Slave, because that movie was just, I mean, it's brutal, but it's just so well done and so powerful. I think that's going to have a strong, it's going to have, I don't know if it's going to sweep the Oscars, but it's definitely going to, there's going to be some people who's going to win some awards from that. If not 12 Years a Slave, I think some of the dark horses are either going to be Gravity, just because of Sandra Bullock's performance in that, or Wolf of Wall Street, just because it's Martin Scorsese, it's Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's a fun movie too. So
yeah, it is, and they really do like Scorsese a lot.
Yep. Hopefully Leonardo will go away with it this time.
I'm going to be honest though, as far as his performance, it was good, but it was par for the course. As far as he's concerned, I don't think I'd give it to him. Even though I want him to get one, I mean, I would have given it to him already
right,
at this point.
I agree.
yeah, and that's the thing with a lot of actors, is that often it's only later in their career when they're nominated, even if it wasn't one of their better performances, they go ahead and give them the Oscar anyway, just because it's like, well, he should have got an Oscar by now, so let's just give it to him, basically.
It's kind of it's kind of like the Lord of the Rings, if you guys remember. A Return of the King swept the Oscars that year. It's like, we're gonna wait till the trilogy's over, then we'll
give it to him.
Acknowledge it.
Yeah.
If as far as like, I agree totally. By the way, and we didn't talk about this before. As far as what you thought would win, 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
When Jess and I saw it, we knew it was nominated for Best Picture, and we had just seen Her. And I'm going to be honest, Her was interesting enough, but it got a little boring after a while.
Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit as the movie was going on, watching our phones.
Yeah.
Usually know if story's not catching you.
Yeah, and then we saw 12 Years a Slave, and we didn't talk at all. We didn't look at our phone. I mean, we were completely engaged.
Yeah.
It really puts you in the perspective of what he went through. You really start to feel his pain by the end of the movie. So yeah, I totally agree. I think I would like Gravity to win it just because I love that particular type of movie. But I think you're probably right. It's probably going to be 12 Years.
Or Dallas Buyers Club was the second.
Yeah, that's your That's probably your second.
Well, no, yeah, 12 Years a Slave, I'd say was it throughout. The cinematography, the acting, the shots that he was very bold and took the fact that he would actually just let you stare at the actor or stare at the screen without anybody saying any dialogue, and that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Yet it was able to capture the moment. So if anything, I think that one should win. But Dallas Buyers Club was close contender.
I agree, and I think Matthew McConaughey had the hardest job of any of the best actors.
Oh yeah,
because he was an asshole, and I still was rooting for him by the end of the movie. And Christian Bale was kind of the same way in American Hustle, in that he played a shady hustler, but you still you sympathize with the characters, and I think that's truly due to their ability as actors.
Yeah, because I mean, it's really easy for someone to just play a complete asshole and you don't even care about them, but you find yourself liking them to, despite it all. It's like that takes some acting chops.
I guess you could argue that everyone but Chiwetel Ejiofor, I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
I know, I cannot pronounce his name.
Of the best actor in a leading role, they all kind of played assholes.
Yeah, they did.
Bruce Dern was just he kind of came off as a jerk at the beginning of Nebraska, but as you saw what his real plight was, and what he had been through, you understand.
Yeah, if it wasn't for 12 Years a Slave, actor, I would think Bruce Dern's a pretty good dark horse too, just because his career has been so long. I mean, I remember seeing some of his like old westerns, some westerns he did, like 40, maybe even 50 years ago. I don't even know now, but yeah, he's been in it for so long that I don't think he's won any Oscars, at least not leading man Oscars that I know of. So yeah, if it wasn't for 12 Years a Slave, I would say he's a pretty good strong contender. He's still a pretty good dark horse, but I don't think he'll do it, but it'd be a nice surprise if he did, because he just had such a long career. This would be like a really good, nice, capping of it, I think.
Yeah, no, he was very good, and you really felt for the character by the end of the movie. So, although that wasn't your favorite movie, though, was it?
Nebraska. I was disappointed. I love Alexander Payne, and I'm partial to him though because I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, and his other movies. Sideways, I think that was probably my favorite one that he's done.
That's my favorite too.
Yeah, I wish he would have been nominated for some other ones over this one. This was not quite up to par. And the fact was he used a lot of the extras were not actors, and you could tell, and it kind of just took you out of the moment.
Yeah, I mostly just liked it because of Bruce Dern's acting.
Yeah,
I mean, he
did a great job.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Will Forte did a pretty good turn for the dramatic role. So. Then let's see, Best Actress.
I think Sandra's gonna get this. I don't like I said because of 12 Years a Slave. I don't think Gravity's gonna get the Best Picture, but I think all the actresses, she's the strongest. Dark Horse, maybe Amy Adams in American Hustle or Cate Blanchett in Blue Jasmine, but I think Sandra's gonna get it this year.
Yeah, no, I go ahead.
No, I haven't seen Blue Jasmine, so I don't know. And nor Philomena. We didn't catch that one yet either. So, but yeah, technically, I think based on what she had to go through, I think you're right.
Yeah.
She's probably going to take that.
Yeah, because it's just like the insane amount of stuff that they had to go through in that.
And Best Actor, as much as I love Bradley Cooper's hilarious performance in American Hustle.
Yeah.
And Jonah Hill in The Wolf of Wall Street. Yes. Michael Fassbender just killed it.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, God, that guy. I mean, I've liked him. He was in a British TV show a couple years ago before he really kind of broke through with Inglourious Bastards. It was called Hex. Total hot mess of a show, but he played a fallen angel, and he was just so intense. And it's like, oh man, this guy's gonna go somewhere. And then when I saw. And he was in 300 too, I think, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was. That was, I think
that was his first
big one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Inglourious Bastards. But once you got to Inglourious Bastards, it's like going, oh yeah, that guy's far. And then as Magneto in
yes,
right. In X-Men, the new X-Men, and then this one coming up, I think he's definitely going to be one of our big, A-list leading men for a while.
Of course, I can't leave out Jared Leto. I'm sure everyone expects that he'll probably win if it's anything like the Golden Globes.
Oh, really? Is that what he
didn't he win at the?
I think he did. Sure. Yeah.
And then Best Actress in a Supporting Role. I didn't. Let's see. We saw Nebraska. Well.
Lupita. I don't know how you pronounce
Yeah,
her
she
name.
was good.
She was really good.
The girl that gets whipped.
Yeah. Right.
I think this was her breakout role too. That was a hell of a role to start with.
I know. Yeah.
To start with.
That one shot in particular when she's getting whipped and it's all on her face. That close up.
June Squibb was good too, if I'm saying her last name right. She was
in Nebraska.
She was hilarious.
Yeah.
This one's hard for me because they were all equally good. No one really kind of stands out. I mean, and not in a bad way, just that they were all equally good. So this one's gonna be hard to predict. It's like I don't know who's gonna get into this one.
And I think it's those are always tough categories, the supporting roles, but generally they have to be really good actors because they're bolstering up the performances of the leads.
Yeah.
So they're always really hard to pin down. But then we have Best Animated Feature.
Oh, that's gonna be Frozen. No, I mean that movie as of like tomorrow, I'm sure is gonna have. It's right now. It's like $913 million worldwide. It's gonna make $1 billion, and it just opened in China last week, and it hasn't opened in Japan yet. So it's gonna make $1 billion. I mean, it may be very close, but I mean, it's on its ways to beating Lion King as Disney, not counting Pixar, Disney's like highest grossing movie ever, and I've seen it like 3 times. So.
Yeah, no, we saw it a couple days ago.
Yeah.
It was at first I was like, this is not very good.
I know.
And then it turns on you about halfway through.
I know, yeah. At first I was not going to see it at all because of the trailers. And people have been saying like, oh, it was a brilliant trailer strategy because it made you think it was something else, and then they did all this. But I was thinking, not really, because until like there's this online reviewer I go by, Movie Bob, And I was like, oh God, what's this gonna be? And it's like, oh wow. And then the song "Let It Go," which is nominated for a song, which better win, because that is the like Indina Menzel of Wicked fame on Broadway. She is just amazing, and she's gonna perform it at the Oscars. So if she does not win it, it's a damn shame if she doesn't win.
Yeah, no, I think they've got that one in the books.
Yeah,
it's fair to say. Let's see. I guess we can.
Best director.
Best director, yeah.
That's either going to go to Steve McQueen for 12 Years a Slave or Alfonso for Gravity, because...
In which, if I understand correctly, that would be the first time a black man has ever won for Best Director at the Academy Awards.
Probably.
Yeah, I read an article about it. Maybe I made it up, but yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and not that Martin Scorsese wouldn't deserve it either, but he's just been such a fixture for so long. Exactly. You just feel like, well, let's give it to somebody else.
I'm sure, and he would probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, let's someone
it's like
else
let someone else have a turn. I've been up here plenty. You know what? I'm fine. You don't have to validate me anymore. I know who I am. I'm Martin Scorsese.
Yeah. Who else was a contender for it though? Yeah, Gravity. That's right.
Alfonso Cuarón.
Yeah,
I think technical difficulty, he pulled that off.
Yeah. So again, if 12 Years a Slave does not sweep it, then I think Alfonso's got the best shot at getting Best Director, because just the way he did that was amazing.
And I can't give it to Alexander Payne because maybe that's a casting problem and not a director problem, but. Mm-hmm. Maybe he got as much as he could get out of those real people.
Yeah.
You know, and then David O. Russell, American Hustle. That was just good acting.
I mean, I liked American Hustle, but again, it didn't blow me away either.
It didn't blow me away as much as his last year's movie. What was it? Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
And then the only other category I want to talk about, because of my computer animation background, is Best Visual Effects, which I think and I never know, because they blew me away years ago. The first Transformers came out. Now I'm not a big fan of those ridiculous movies,
but the visual
effects were amazing, and they gave it to that polar bear movie, and I can't remember the name. You know what I'm talking about? The Golden Compass.
Yeah. Really, they gave it to that?
They did.
I remember it like
we were like,
really?
I think it's because no one wanted to say Transformers on the Oscars, because I mean, like, I'm not a fan of the Oscar movies at all, but the level of detail they went with the just transforming sequence. Yeah. But I think it goes kind of like back to the Lord of the Rings too. I think a lot of times they're like, we don't want to say Lord of the Rings on the Oscar stage, but by the third movie it made so much money and it had so much acclaim. It's like, you know what, we've got to, so let's just do it here. So. Yeah.
If Gravity does not win for Best Visual Effects, I might cry a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, all those Smaug was ridiculously well rendered. He looked,
the scale.
I mean, he was tangible.
Oh, and Benedict Cumberbatch's performance was
It was
amazing.
Nice to see them team up again.
It was,
I think that was an obvious casting decision. Like, let's get Shirley. We know they're compatible.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's. So we're betting on 12 Years a Slave. So
taking away.
I think it's probably going to take.
Yeah. That and Gravity, I think, are going to be the two big contenders.
It might be
true.
I think. Just real quick, I do think Jared Leto is probably going to win. The more I think about it, for supporting role, and I think that might be Dallas Buyers Club's only or biggest win for it.
Probably, yeah. That was like a lower opening than a lot of the other ones too, because
not a movie I want to see again, but very well done.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of the same way with 12 Years a Slave, just because that's a movie everybody should see, but it's just so intense and brutal. It's like
so draining. Yeah,
it's really draining. Yeah, so.
And one thing about that movie, if you remember in the first half when they were on the ship, people would slam doors, right, and they would flinch. By the end of the movie, I was ready to flinch if anything loud happened on screen. Yeah. And that's just a testament to good storytelling, because I was engulfed in the characters, and that really impressed me.
Yeah.
And the one shot where McQueen decided to hold it on the fact when he's hanging.
Oh yeah.
And he just holds the shot. He doesn't cut to anything else. and then you see time transition, and then the other slaves come out of their houses
completely
and they ignore him.
Yeah.
They walk around just for self-preservation.
Yeah.
His shot selection was amazing.
Yeah, exploiting the instincts to survive, self-preservation in those people was intense.
That was intense.
So that's I think that's pretty good for Oscar talk.
Yeah.
We're probably wrong. It'll probably go to Nebraska.
But hopefully not.
No.
Just
depends on what mood they were in.
Yeah.
Listen, visual effects movies never win anything because the screeners that they watch, if they're 3D, they never see them in 3D.
Right, yeah.
And they're
It
480p.
makes no sense. How can you judge something on
If
that?
you don't watch it in the correct format. But
I never expect a visual effects movie to win,
Yeah.
or heavy visual effects movie.
Yeah.